Hello and welcome to Felt and Caboodle. So today we're going to be making our new wet felted egg kit in collaboration with Romney Marsh Walls. So let's see what you get inside the box. You've got your instruction booklet, and then hand dyed walls to colour your eggs, and it's a beautiful top for the centre. Also got wrapped up in here a bird nest for all your eggs to go in afterwards, and some olive oil soap. So let's get started. I've divided my wall up to make 5 individual eggs. Now it's entirely up to you if you want to make 5 small eggs, 3 medium eggs, or 2 large eggs, or anything in between. But for this video I'm going to do the 5 individuals. So I'm going to put my wall aside, and I've made a bowl of warm water. So the water does need to be quite hot, but obviously not too hot that it's going to burn your hands. Get yourself a tea towel just to dry your hands off with, and then your olive oil soap. Now you want to add the majority of it into the bowl, leaving a small bit behind for later. So let it dissolve in your bowl so the water goes nice and misty. And then we're going to take our white wool and we're going to roll it really tight, tucking in the ends as we go. So at this stage it's not going to look like an egg or even a ball, but I promise you it will once you're finished. So you've got kind of like a sausage shape. Now you're going to dunk this into your hot water until all the bubbles stop coming through. There we go. Bring it back up, and very gently you're going to pad it together. So you want to use quite cupped hands around this, and you're just going to keep dunking, bring it back out and slightly rolling it in your hands. Now it's going to feel like it's not taking. You can see here it just feels like it's not going to work, but I promise you it will. So just really gentle with cupped hands, just start moving it around. Now this will get the fibres to start to knit together. Dunk it again. Just keep rolling and keep rolling. So once you've got to the point where it holds together slightly, you're going to take your coloured wool and you're going to wrap really tight once again all the way over your soon-to-be egg, like so. And then you can add on tiny little bits of your brown. You don't need a lot of the brown, but it's entirely up to you how much you put on. So when we get to this stage, we're going to take the remainder of the soap, wet one of your hands, empty some of the olive oil soap onto your hand and mix it into your hand so it gets nice and soapy. And then we're going to cover it like that, and we're going to roll again. Remember, nice and loose, so it kind of just moves around really freely in your hand. Now this process does take quite a while, so you're probably looking at about 20 minutes until your egg is finished. But the further you get, the more pressure you can put onto the egg. As I say, it will feel like it's not going to work, but it does. Eventually you can feel it change in your hands. Now these are hand dyed walls by us at our HQ, so there may be a slight residue of colour come out. If it does, it's fine, it's not going to stain your hands or anything like that. But if you're a little bit concerned, just put down an old towel or cling film over your tabletop. As I say, it'll be really minimal. So now mine's getting a little bit firmer, so I can start being a little bit more heavy-handed with it. So I can just put a little bit more pressure on. I'm going to pick up these pieces of soap and rub them in my hand again. There we go. So if you want to, you can dunk it again. If your water's got a bit cold, it's worth topping it up with a bit of hot water. Hot water helps the fibres connect to one another because it opens up, it traps the air between them and then causes them to knit together. So it can be quite beneficial. So once you get to this point and it starts to feel quite firm, now is the time to start shaping. So what you want to do is put more pressure on the top. That will slim this top down and leave the bottom a bit more bulbous. So you can do that by just using your fingers and pushing it against your other palm, and then that will start to shape it for you. You can see we're nearly there, but it's still quite fluffy. So what we want to do is keep felting until that fluffiness goes. So add some more soap from your packet if you need it. Just keep those hands nice and soapy. This is a great one to do with the kids. Kids love getting their hands a bit messy, so it's great during Easter. Get them all sitting around the table making an egg each. It's a really nice ornament to bring out every year too, knowing that each member of the family has made an egg to contribute. And there you go. You have your first egg. And just repeat until you've got all the eggs that you'd like. Hope you've enjoyed the video and happy felting.